Yeah, that belt was giving them a good show. I thought it was hit. I thought you started in '09.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Goshen High School Football Show, the Coach Bart Snyder Show as we kick off the 2019 football season. A lot of new faces and a lot of seniors that we're going to miss from last year, Coach, but we always look forward to that.
That's right. Always, something you would work for every year, and especially the younger guys, they work for that moment when it becomes their turn to be the seniors, to take that senior leadership, and that's something that this group has done a real good job with. They've worked real hard in the off season, and very pleased with what we've seen so far, but we've got a huge task coming up this week.
Well, Keith and I were just talking about it before we went on the show about you've got a lot of new faces in the coaching staff this time. You want to talk a little bit about them?
We do. A lot of great guys that we're excited about. We've got Kerry Costin that comes to us from Troy University. He's in school there and needed some hours, and so he helps us with the offensive line. And then we got Dakota McConnell that also he played ball at Troy, and he helps us with our receivers and defensive backs. Does a real good job. Philip Quincy has come around about home. His sister's a graduate of Goshen. He ended up graduating, I think, Pike Live, but he's excited about being back in the area, and he does the offensive coordinator for us. Dee Brundage assists him with that. Michael Wilcoxon does our defense as usual. YZ Rogers and Darius McLean help him there. We got Robbie Kinsall that's doing our special teams, and very excited. Robbie's done a great job so far on all that. Excited about his work right there. I think it's going to leave. Walter Brown has been with us, and he helps Coach Costin with the offensive line, and Coach Dee Brundage with the defensive line. Dee works a double time. He helps the defensive side and the offensive side. He does the running backs and helps with the play calling. Then you got Barry Jones and Coach Daniel Powell and Coach Kenny Stern and Coach Earl Howard that works with the junior varsity for us, and they're doing a good job. And by no means would we want to leave out Richard Ballard, which is our athletic trainer with ATI. It is a blessing to have those guys and have Richard out there with us. It just takes so much stress off of us as coaches, having them there to make the decision on an injury or anything, and great to have those people around.
Well, last week we had a jamboree type of affair down in Wicksburg.
Yes, sir.
And you might talk a little bit about that.
That's kind of did a little bit like what Ed Rigby had done when he was at Elba. Whenever we would play, us and Elba would play two teams, and we played Wicksburg and GW Long in the past. And so, but this time it was us and Kinston played Wicksburg. Wicksburg kind of wanted a full game, but neither did Kinston or us at Goshen. We were ready to do that. We wanted to just get some game time in, and so we split the quarters. One would be on offense, one would be on defense. In the first quarter we were on defense. Second quarter we were on offense. Third quarter we were back on defense, and then the fourth quarter we ended up on the offensive side of the ball. I thought that our guys did pretty good. Kinston seems to be got things going. Coach Freed does a real good job with them. It's great to be on the sideline with him, and I've always coached against him, but being able to coach on the same side with him was pretty good. But then Wicksburg's got some good-sized guys, and our guys matched up pretty good with them, and it was good to see that, and hope that we can build off of that.
Well, it seemed like Keith and I were talking about it at the game. Our offense was, it seemed like they were forever getting on the field because of just the way it happened. Our defense was on the field more than the offense to begin with. But, we made very few mistakes on offense, it seemed to me, to begin with. Now, later on in the game, it was...
Well, when we got some younger guys in that really had not worked together, we brought in some of our junior varsity guys, and some of our older guys that would be second string, and they were out there working with them, and they had not taken snaps together, and there was a little butterflies with some 8th graders being out there, maybe 9th graders, and that's to be expected, but we hope that those jitters will be gone, and hopefully we'll play a little bit better than what we did last year in this ball game that we got coming up Friday night. We didn't do too well on the turnover side of the ball.
And Wicksburg showed a little speed on their offense.
They did. Wicksburg's got a real good ball team, good quarterback, young guy there that throws the ball real well. They had some, like I said, they had some big offensive and defensive linemen and good gritty linebackers right there, and they were a good ball team by all means.
Well, I thought our kicking game looked real good last week. You might talk a little bit about our new kickers.
Yeah, we got returning to do the punting for us will be Bryce Williams. Bryce has gotten better and better with it. Excited about that fact. And then we have Nico Tempelis. I think that's exactly how you pronounce it.
That's what Stephanie told me.
Yeah, Nico is a hard worker. He does a great job on the kicking and learning to kick. You know, he's a soccer player. But each week he's gotten better and better, and you know this will be a big test for him Friday night as he gets in the line of the fire whenever somebody's putting a little bit of pressure on him. So you know it's to you know we'll see how that does. But I think he's got the talent. I know he's got the talent, and I think he's got the ability to be a real good kicker.
We were talking about this as well. You got a lot more seniors than I realized you had on this roster.
There are quite a few seniors. I think there's around 16, 17. We did have one decide that football just wasn't for him, so he decided he wasn't going to play. And I hate that. I hate that for any kid to decide that they're not going to do anything whenever they started. To have that, you know, to stop doing something or to use that term quit is just not a good thing to install in yourself. But he's a good kid, and we wish him the best. But the rest of our seniors, you know, we do have, I think, 15, 16 seniors, but of that group, we probably have got about 7 or 8 that have been on the field playing quite a bit. So
a lot of them is their first year playing.
It is, and you know, when a lot of people ask, why would you do that? Well, you know what? They're still kids. They want to come out. We got one like Jordan Sampson. He's been working real hard and wanting to be out, and he's reached that goal, and Jordan's going to be able to help us. He's going to be one of those that's going to be able to really help us. And then you got Nico, that's a senior that has never played, but he's going to help us in the kicking category. On the offensive line, we have 2 returning starters that are returning seniors that'll be on it. That's Dustin McFarland and Blake Bennett. The rest of the guys are we have Hunter Shaver as a junior, and then we have Gavin Williams, which has stepped up, done a great job, moved from the backfield to be on the line for us and doing good. We have Hunter Shaver that'll be out there as well, and then Cameron Baker, and both of those guys are going to do real good. And then the rest of our linemen are they're young guys, 9th graders, 9th and 10th graders.
And I noticed on the defensive side of the ball the other night that I believe you had Jamarco Harris playing nose guard.
He and Jeray Blair swap out time there on the defensive line, along with many others. We try to rotate that out as much as we can, just to give people breaks and keep them fresh. And we hope that'll pay off for us. Coach Mike and Coach D and that whole defensive group does a real good job there.
Well, this show is brought to us by several sponsors, Keith, and we probably need to start mentioning some of those.
Well, we'll do a few of them. We have the Goshen Farmers Co-op, which is located there in Goshen near the high school, and the phone number excuse me, is 484-3441, and they carry feed, seed, fertilizer for all your home, farm, and yard needs. They also have the tire shop, which is located on the premises to take care of your auto needs. And then we have the Half Shell Oyster Bar and Grill, located at Southland Village Shopping Center in Troy. Their phone number is 566-1254. And the Half Shell has been on one of the local favorites here in Troy since 1992. Don't seem like it's been that long,
That's
does it,
true.
Roy? Time slips by.
Good place to eat.
They have fun and laid-back atmosphere. On Wednesday night, they have live music starting around 6:30. And then we have Monarchist Mexican Restaurant. It's located here on 231 in Troy. They also have a second location in Luverne, and their phone number is 808-9424, and they're open daily for lunch and supper. Come out after the show and join us for a great meal at Monarchist. We always have a good meal there.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we really appreciate all of our sponsors. Now, I believe we have some highlights from the game in Wicksburg last Friday night. If we could go to them right now.
To tell you what, as hot as it's been, it really wasn't that bad down there the other night.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cool. Here we are on defense right here. See good penetration right there. A little too far deep by Dustin McFarland, but great job staying low and getting some of that line right there. Letting them get a little too far right there, but begin to make some good plays right there, getting where we're supposed to, start taking better angles. Cam Baker right there with the play. He's a 10th grader. Going to be pretty good. Let the guy get behind us, but great play right there by D. Maddox. He's got a lot of potential. That's Jordan Sampson right there. Is excited about Jordan being here and making a good play right there. That's how we want to see the defensive line and backers do their job right there. That's good. And there you got, I think that's Jamarco Harris, good, strong, quick guy. And there's Jeray Blair coming in and making a play. Those guys can be pretty quick, pretty strong there on the front. We just keep them healthy. And go into the second quarter, which we're going to be on offense. See Brian right here, making a scramble. Good effort right there. Just got a good run right here by DeMarcus Shipman. Good block downfield by Cameron Rump and Raquan Martin. Good move by Brian right here. He's a very shifty runner. Picks up some good yards.
First down, if I remember.
And there goes. Can't remember if that's. Couldn't tell if that was Darian Williams or Tamarcus. Both of them running right there. There's Jamarco Harris running the ball. Good throw and catch right here. Good throw by Brian Galloway and catch by Raquan Martin. Yes, sir. And that's Nico's first opportunity to kick right there in a game. He's done a real good job right there. It'll be a little different this week with it being live, though.
Absolutely.
But we've been practicing it, and he's been doing a good job. Third quarter right here. Got a lot of different faces out there. Good pursuit and everything after it. And Jamarco Harris and Jordan on the play right there.
Kind of noticed that we showed a little speed on defense.
Yes, sir. And guys are staying low on the defensive front, and that's what we kind of won't have to do that because these guys are so big this week with Ayrton. Good effort right there. I think
caused a fumble.
I'm not sure if that's the one that either Cameron Rump recovered or Blake Sape recovered it. I'm so excited that Blake's out there too. Sape's going to help us a lot. Got a second string offense, or actually a little lower than that in right now, and you got Jamarco Harris running, got a Will Snyder at quarterback, and now you got Jeray Blair. We got a holding penalty right there, going the wrong direction. Got some good yards right here, but every time we've done something, we got it called back.
Yeah.
And this offensive line is actually our junior varsity offensive line, so they got a lot of promise with those guys right there.
Well, a lot of players got to see action, and that's a big thing.
That is, yes, sir.
Give them that game experience anyhow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, basically, we've got the same schedule we had last year, except it's reversed as far as home.
Correct. Only a few things are a little different. We had 6 home games last year. We're going to have 5 this time. Our home games will be Zion Chapel, New Brockton, Calhoun, Central will be there, and Brantley comes to Goshen this time. So that's our 5 games right
And I believe Central on October the 18th is homecoming.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
all right. Well, let's mention some more sponsors, Keith, if you don't mind.
Okay. We have Preston Restaurant. They have 2 locations in Troy on Highway 231 South and in Luverne on Main Street. Their phone numbers are 770-0675, and in Luverne is 335-2400. Preston Restaurant has a fun sports theme where they serve delicious steaks, burgers, chicken, salad, and many more items. Then we have Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram located on Highway 231 North. The phone number is 403-4811. You need to browse their new and used inventory on their website at Premier Chrysler Dodge FRO of Troy.com. And they have a house full collection of quality vehicles and are here to guide you through the process of purchasing your next ride. We also have Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Let Dr. Steve Barron take care of your pet's needs. Located on Highway 231 South between Troy and Brundage. Their phone number is 770-1838. Services for your pets include well and comprehensive exam, surgical procedures, ultrasound, x-rays, dental hygiene, medicine, prescription diet, and individual suites boarding facilities. So be sure to visit all our sponsors and let them know that you heard about it here on the Goshen Football Show.
Okay, so this coming Friday night is the real deal. We travel to a very good Ayrton team.
Yes, sir.
And they defeated Goshen last year, I believe, 28-6 in Goshen.
Yeah, in a rainstorm.
In a rainstorm, exactly right. So what can you tell us about Ayrton?
Ayrton is extremely well coached. As good a coach team as we'll play. Coach Stephen Kilcrease and his staff do an outstanding job. Fundamentally sound. They do everything right. They make very few mistakes, and that's always a plus when you can go into a game knowing that you're going to be pretty much mistake free. They got a returning quarterback and Maddox Herring that does an outstanding job. He's really worked on throwing this year and looked very good throwing the deep ball. He had 3 really good passes last week against Dale County that set up 3 touchdowns for him. So they're going to be real good with his leadership there on the offensive side. And their offensive line is extremely large and very well coached, and they don't make mistakes there either. Got some good running back, good receivers. They throw, like I said, they had some good balls thrown deep and made great catches and set them up for scoring. Defensively, they're coached by Chuck Dunn, which has been at Prattville, been at Troy University, been at UAB, then found his way at Charles Henderson, but then made his way back down to Ayrton, and that's always a plus when you got someone else with that kind of knowledge on your staff as a coach, and Chuck does a great job, and of course they're led by their principal Josh Herring, which makes sure that they got the things that they need, and they're doing a real good job down there at Ayrton, and they're going to be a very good ball team.
Is the quarterback his son?
It is, yes sir. It is.
They played a jamboree game last Friday night.
They played an actual game against Dale County, and they come up a little short this year, but Dale County is a very they're a 3A school, right nearby to them. They're a very good team, coached by Coach Don Moore, which is another outstanding coach, and it was a real good ball game. Actually, Ayrton led most of the ball game, and then ended up losing the ball game in the second half. It just shows you what kind of ball team Ayrton has, and it was a good game.
Okay, so we want everybody to load up and go to Ayrton because
Yes, sir.
we need
We're
a
gonna
big
need it.
crowd at Zoomstein Stadium in Ayrton, Alabama. We
Yes,
sure
sir.
do. What kind of offense you expect them to run? They throw a lot, or
They mix it up real good. It's hard to tell. Like I said, Coach Gilcrease will have a great plan. They got a big offensive line. They got a real big quarterback. Reminds you a lot of Tim Tebow. I talked to Mr. Herring today, and he kind of laughed when I told him that Maddox looked like that. He said, "No, he ain't nowhere near that." And I'm like, "Well, he does remind you of that. He's got great running ability, and he can throw the ball real well, and he's a good leader." So I kind of expect to see them to run the ball because they got that big offensive line. Like I said, they just don't make many mistakes, and that's one of the things that we have to try to exploit with them and make them make some mistakes. That's what we hope that we can do.
And defensively, they were tough last year. I know.
We had like 6 or 7 or plus turnovers in the ball game, and that's due to what Coach Dunn has done with that group right there. They're going to be ready. They're going to be physical. They're not going to make mistakes. They're going to be technique sound. They're going to be in the areas in which they're supposed to be to mess up your offensive scheme. And so that's how they do it. And Coach Dunn does a good job. And they're strong. They're strong.
All right. Well, Keith, let's mention the rest of our sponsors.
Well, we have 2 more sponsors. We have Tie Brokers, located on Highway 231 North here in Troy. Their phone number is 770-2715. Tie Broker staff strives to offer great customer service with a smile as well as outstanding auto repair service. Not only do they sell tires, but they also offer auto repair service as well as truck accessories. Visit their website at tirebrokers.com. And we have the Pig Cafe here, located in Troy. Southern Country Restaurant, located in Troy next to the Piggly Wiggly on North 3 Knot Street. The phone number is 770-0134. They're open daily for breakfast and lunch. Stop by and get your meat and 2 vegetable plate and say hello to Yanni and Denise Templin.
And we also need to mention Troy Cable. What a job
Wow.
they do for the county and
Surrounding counties.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at what they've done, they've kind of raised the bar to a lot of cities and cable television companies around that now do these things, these coaching shows like this, and help promote the youth of the county. And Mr. Mike Amos would always come out and interview the guys, and that's always something special. And the guys look real forward to having him come out and introduce them and give them a little bit of time on the TV. And that's a great thing to have. And you can't say enough of what Troy Cable does. And now they got it live. I mean, games coming to you live on Friday nights where you're not able to come to the game. You get to watch it live, and that's something that a lot of people never thought would happen. But it's been great over the years, last 3 years, to have our ball games broadcasted live, and always nice to have that. Let people around the state, and Alabama High School also allows us to stream the ball games.
Right.
And Royce, you announce, and Keith, you announce some of those games for us, and it's great to be able to do that because we've had former players and coaches and graduates from Goshen to watch the game all the way from South Korea, Panama Canal, California. Former coaches that watched it in Canada and sent me a message about how good it was to be able to watch us play ball and to see us that way. So it's always a plus to have that.
And if you miss it on Friday night, you can always watch the next week.
That's right.
That's
the
right.
entire week.
And the thing about it, Troy Cable now covers so many counties. It's, I guess you could say, local counties that's here in our Wiregrass area and what have you. And these players, they really get to showcase themselves that people can see that wouldn't normally. You can't go to every ball game on Friday night, so you can tune in to Troy Cable and you watch Charles Henderson if you didn't get to go to their game, or Goshen
Pike
if
County,
you didn't.
Pike Lib.
Pike County, Luverne, Brantley, and all the surrounding area.
And they're doing an expansion too in this area, and personally, that really excites me because I've never.
You're going to be included in it.
I want to be on cable so
Get
bad.
to see yourself.
Yeah.
Get to see yourself.
So hopefully that'll be right away. And,
Well, we've got a little bit of time. I'd like to mention our cheerleaders right here. I don't get to do that a lot. Our coaches are Coach Sheila Ballard and Miss Caitlin Ramirez, and our thoughts and prayers with her and her husband as they get ready to introduce their first child into the world here soon, and we wish the best for them. We have Adrian Bundy, Nadia Dorsey, Ashley Flowers, Caitlin Hughes, Gracie Hughes, Jolie Jackson, Julie Johns, Olivia Kaiser, Lexi McClendon, Grace Qualls, Haley Qualls, Kaylee Thurman, Casey Wilkes, Morgan Wilkes, Sarah Ellerman as Mr. E, our mascot. And also like to make mention of Coach Warwick and our volleyball team off to a good year and expecting good things with her and what they always do right there, and wish all them the best.
Okay, well, that's just about going to do it for tonight. We would like to invite everybody to go down to Zoomstein Stadium in Ayrton, Alabama this coming Friday night, where the Goshen Eagles will battle the Ayrton Purple Cats in a non-region game, but a very important game on our schedule.
Yes, sir.
So thanks to everybody and all of our sponsors, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Upside down with your vehicle? Bring it. Been told no for a loan? Bring it. Take home $350 a week? Bring it. To Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Troy. New 2019 Ram 1500 at $269 a month. New Wranglers, $299 a month. Think you got the best deal? We'll beat it. What'd you say? We'll beat it. Shop local. Shop PremierTroy.com, where Premier can make a difference during the summer clearance sale. Bring it on. There's a reason we sell more vehicles than anyone else. Price. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Our patients trust us, and you can trust us too. At Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, we're a full-service animal hospital offering preventative care and hospital care with complete in-house laboratory testing. You'll also love our on-site pet resort, featuring individualized care for your pet during their vacation. We believe every animal deserves the best care possible, and that's what we deliver every day. So the next time you need veterinary care, see Dr. Steve Barron at Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a new 2019 F-150 XLT four-wheel drive Super Crew truck during the Hurry Up and Save sales event. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Upside down with your vehicle? Bring it. Been told no for a loan? Bring it. Take home $350 a week? Bring it. To Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Troy. New 2019 Ram 1500 at $269 a month. New Wranglers, $299 a month. Think you got the best deal? We'll beat it. What'd you say? We'll beat it. Shop local. Shop PremierTroy.com, where Premier can make a difference during the summer clearance sale. Bring it on. There's a reason we sell more vehicles than anyone else. Price. Nobody beats a Premier deal. No. ready.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection. Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm event.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pike Liberal Arts Football Review with Coach Gene Allen. And of course, this past weekend was quite an experience for the young men who wear the red helmets of Pike Liberal Arts. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you much, Mike. It was an experience.
Tell us about it. Of course, you know, a friend of mine whose grandson plays on the team told me about it, and it was like reading a story tale, you know, about a team from Troy, Alabama that traveled all the way to Selma, Alabama, and they played a little bit, and then they were told to go home, and then they came back another 100-mile trip and won the football game. Tell us about it, Coach.
Yeah, it was an experience. Yeah, we went and we got started, but you know, it was a lightning delay to begin with. Nothing that we're not accustomed to. We've been going through that, seemed like every day for about the last week or two. So, but you know, we had a lightning delay and didn't get started probably till about 7:30, 7:40, and you know, got out and played 9 minutes the first quarter. You know, we got up 3-0, and then lightning came, the rain came, and we sat in the locker room. We sat in the gym basically until about 9:15, 9:30, and decided we would just come back Saturday and start up again at 6.
Was it ever, you know, when I first heard it, I said, surely they'll spend a night in a motel over there and they'll play it sometime that next morning because it had been Saturday morning. But what did y'all even talk about that?
No, we didn't. Number one, we didn't have no clothes. So nobody, everything was wet. So
they could have wore the. Yeah, they had. I bet they could have wore the pants and their jersey.
They were all wet too. You know, they were dirty. We had to come home, wash them, and dry them, and get them ready to go back again the next day. So
of course, these two young men. Go ahead and introduce them, Coach. We won't get to them right now, but we will talk to them.
Well, we got 54s, Holt Steed.
Holt Steed, the great left-hander. Is that right?
Yeah, both these guys are baseball guys also, and Holt plays center.
Hold on, I know I've already made him out to be an All-American. You know, I've bragged on him so much.
Well, that's good. That's good. He needs to be. But he plays offensive line, defensive line. He's our punter. He snaps the ball for us on offense, so he holds it a lot. He touches the ball a lot. And then we got Davis Allen, who's a wide receiver, defensive back, punt returner, kick returner. Does it all for us. Both these guys probably played about 130 plays Friday night. Well, Friday into Saturday.
Well, I tell you what a ball game it was, and we'll get into the film later on. But Coach, of course, Pike Liberal Arts wins the game, Coach, by what score?
It was 34-27.
34-27.
Double overtime.
And all right. So early in the game, within the first 9 minutes, you kicked the field goal. Is that right?
Yeah, they kicked off to us, and you know, we moved the ball pretty well, but we turned it over on downs and kicked it back to them. They went 3 and out and punted, and then we drove it down, got it on the 1 yard line.
You had it on their 1 yard line.
Had it on the one, couldn't get it in, so Scott Taylor kicked the field goal, put us up 3-0, and you know, then we kicked off, and they ran one play, and then the lightning struck. So
and did the rain come with the lightning?
Well, it wasn't raining that hard to begin with, but now after we were in the locker room, you know, while we were waiting, and you know, the gym, whatever, it stormed.
Coach, what does the rule say? This is a rule not only for the Alabama Independent Schools, but all of football.
Yeah, if it gets within 8 miles, every time it strikes, you got to wait 30 minutes. And there was a couple times, you know, we'd get to 8 minutes before we could get started, and lightning would strike again, so we'd put it back at 30 minutes.
Oh, man. And this is the same rule you have in college. I don't care if there's 100,000 fans in the stands.
they have to adhere by law to this.
Right,
this
and that's one thing. Like we said earlier, we've been going through that a lot the last couple of weeks. Our problem is we get lightning, it'll be about a mile away, and we don't get any rain.
Yeah.
You know, but we got so we have to go in the gym or sit there and wait.
And do you have to make that determination yourself, or does somebody
we have a trainer that she keeps up with it. She's got an app on her phone, and but I have one. You know, I keep my phone with us in case something happens. But so you know, you're gonna get notifications when the lightning gets close.
So that's not just regular games. It's for practice
it's
too.
Anything where you're outside. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is. So,
ladies and gentlemen, our show is brought to you by First National Bank of Troy Brundage, and of course, appreciate John Ramage and all the great folks there at First National Bank, and of course his dad. We appreciate him so much, and all the things he's done for athletics throughout the years, and Jimmy Ramage, and of course ever since 1906 Ramage has run that bank, and of course the president and CEO of the bank now is John Ramage, and we appreciate him so much. And also Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass. Hey, believe you me, they're dealing, and like very few people I've ever been associated with. I bought a car from not long ago, and believe you me, they'll beat anybody's price on a Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram truck from their location on Northern Bypass, 231 North, right here in Troy. Okay, can we get into the film? Just 1 minute, so Coach. Now, so you're in this situation, and all right, here we go. This is the start of the game. It looked like very good weather, beautiful field.
It was good. Yeah, they had a beautiful field. They got they did a lot of work on it this summer.
In fact, it looks a lot like your place.
Yeah, it's cut a little bit lower than ours, but they got a really good field, really good surface to play on. And they had put a ton of sand on it, so that was a big plus. So all that rain that we got Friday night, it pretty much just went down through and didn't have any. I don't think there's any standing water on the field Saturday. There was on the sideline a little bit. So I mean, it was in really good shape.
All right, of course, tell us about your kicker, Coach.
Well, Scott Taylor's he's a great kicker. He's worked hard off season. He went a lot of camps this summer, and he's gonna kick this one down to about the 3, and we're going to get pretty decent coverage and keep them inside the 25. Which
was great coverage. Look at those white shirts.
Yeah, that was Keanu Wiggins that made that play.
Who's 71 for you, Coach?
I went on 71.
91, is that 11? Who is that? This defensive end over here?
That's Keanu Wiggins.
Boy.
Scooteroo, and that's Nick.
I tell you what, I'm very impressed already with that defensive tackle.
Yeah, they did a good job. All them guys, most of them, Keanu moved in from Arrington, but the other guys started.
Now, these people don't know who these people are, Coach.
That's Scott Taylor. Drew made a pass to Scott
Drew
Taylor.
Who?
Drew Nelson made a pass to our first play of the game, and this was throw out to Davis over here.
And Nelson is only a sophomore. Is that right, Coach?
That's correct. That's right.
I know he's an outstanding athlete. Pretty good pitcher in baseball too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is. And that's the one we turned over on downs down there, and we got it back. And
I noticed you lined up in a 4-3. Did you stay in that most of the night?
We did all night Friday night, and then Saturday we came back and Morgan made some changes, so we had to change a little bit. But I believe this is that's Connor. Connor Cox made the fair catch right there. Him and Davis are both back, and I think this is where.
Look at him throw that football, Coach.
Yeah, that's Scott Taylor again a little.
Boy, what a throw by Drew Nelson.
Made a good throw. That was a halftime score, 3-0. So they.
Well, so y'all played at half, is that right?
Well, no, we only played 9 minutes of the first quarter Friday night.
Okay.
That was Morgan scoring. I think they went up right there.
Yeah, how did they score?
Scored a little run, a little buck-sweep run.
Mm-hmm. So they're up 7-3.
All right, that's Hope punting. Oh, you like to get rough, haven't you? Pretty good coverage right there.
Good coverage
I think that's Frankie Jeffcoat. Frankie, I think, was in on 23 tackles.
Oh, man. He might be the guy I was talking about that plays that defensive tackle position.
That was you and Frankie there, wasn't it? I think so. Or Rowan. Might have been Rowan.
And they kick a field goal or attempt a field goal.
They kicked a field goal. That was right at the end of That was right at the end of regulation to tie the game, put it in
Okay,
overtime.
So what is the score?
Right, that tied it up at golly, what was 24 off?
Yeah.
24
Did we
off.
miss his 94-yard touchdown pass?
We did, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 4 here caught a pass from Drew Nelson and went 94 yards. How on earth do y'all miss that?
Yeah, Davis had four catches, 196 yards, I believe.
Oh boy!
He had another big
Let's
catch
say that
early in the
again
game.
now. How many?
4 receptions, 196, I believe it was.
Boy, that's a lot of yardage.
Close to 200, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Big night.
And
Really
of course,
big night for us.
all right. Now we don't get the second, the final score. Is that right?
Well, it wasn't on the final score was in overtime. We both kicked the field goal in the first overtime, and then Chip scored on the first play of
Chip Faircloth
on the second overtime, and then we held them on 4 downs to get the win.
And that was a huge win on the road, Coach, against a good football team.
Big one. They came out and played really scrappy. They've got a little scrappy little bunch. You know, they play hard. You know, it's a big rival between us and Morgan. And
of course, you know, a lot of it probably still was in their crawl, if you want to use that kind of language, from baseball. As you know, y'all broke their win streak. And
it was.
Then went on and won the championship.
It was. But,
and big crowd, was a pretty good crowd early.
It was. Yeah, we had a great crowd both nights, really. So
yeah.
You know.
Well, tell us that this is really unusual, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about this, but I'm going to. You waited how long before they called the game?
Probably about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half in the dressing room, and the fans didn't know what was going on.
No, they knew. They made all the fans leave. We went into the. You know, Morgan's got 2 gyms, so they put us in the old gym, and so we were sitting in there so we could get some airflow, because they got a big door that we can get some air in there, but all our fans were in the gym also.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Mama and the daddy said, "Let's go home. Let's go home."
No, I think most of ours wanted to go ahead and finish it. They wanted to go ahead and play.
Exactly.
So.
Was it ever even considered spending the night in a hotel?
No.
Now you're 100 miles away, so you get in the bus. Let's say, "Let's go, guys. Get in the bus," and y'all travel 100 miles. You got home about midnight.
Yeah, it was probably about 11:30. I got home about 2:30. I got home about 11:30.
You got home at 2:30.
Yeah, I stayed up there and washed them, tried the clothes, and got all them ready to go.
You had to wash and dry the clothes. Well, the mama and daddy couldn't do that.
Nah, we do that for them. You know.
Yeah, you come back with pink, like Troy one time came out of the locker room, Troy University, with pink pants on one night on national TV. On national TV, I remember it. Well, we got more of the highlight film coming in here.
I have had that happen before.
Look, you know, I'm sure my buddy over there said, "Golly, they didn't even show my 95-yard touchdown catch." Man, why did I even come over here tonight? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't want to see that one, though. They bring it back with Morgan touchdown. You know,
all right, that Morgan touchdown.
They ran a little trap.
So it's still plenty of daylight left, isn't it?
Well, this was, you know, we started at 6. They went up. I mean,
17-14.
we're at 17-14 there.
And that was at the half?
Yeah, that was.
So this is the Pike Little Arts Award-winning cheerleaders.
That is our cheerleaders, yes.
Boy, they won 7 straight state championships. Really an outstanding group.
They're good. They do a great job.
Okay, this is Morgan with the football.
Yeah, that little number 3 right there is a really good player for them. Can't tell who is that. That you?
Well, number 8, who is he defensively for you, Coach?
That's Jaden Jordan, a 10th grader. This is that's Davis on the fair catch right here.
That was very important to fair catch it too. Look at that where y'all got the football.
Yeah, we got a good field position here. We did a good job, but we fielded every punt, which is a plus for us. Yeah, this one should have been down on about the half-yard line, and we carried it over into the end zone right here. Yeah, well, Frankie did a good job of keeping it out. And
Frankie Jeffcoat.
Yeah, and then our next guy came down to get on it, and he carried it into the end zone, so it gave him the ball in 20.
4-man front.
Yeah, that's Scott Taylor and Jackson Sin and Hope coming back in there, I think. We did a good job of getting to the ball, you know, for the most part. But we had a lot of little fundamental errors that we played that hopefully we got them corrected this week.
And now they out of the backfield, they're trying to score, and
right.
Y'all stop them, don't you?
Yeah, look, that's Frankie there.
What number was Frankie?
55.
I tell you, he was all over the field, wasn't he?
Yeah, he starts at the Mike linebacker and guard. He's one of our guards.
And y'all shut him down right
Yeah,
down here.
We held them right there on 4th and 1. So held them.
And that
kept
was
'em
big,
up.
big, big, because they would have gone up by 24.
Yeah, that was big there.
24 to 14.
Here it is.
This is a touchdown for Davis. This is a long.
And watch him turn it on. Watch him turn it on, the young man.
Yeah, I knew we were in trouble if they caught Davis because
Davis Allen,
Yeah.
all the way for a touchdown, and boy, what a night he
that was a
had.
big play. Drew did a good job of keeping it alive, and Davis did a good job of getting scrambling and getting open. And Drew did a good job getting it to him.
Bingo, what a lick. That was Frankie Jeffcoat again, looked
Yeah,
like
that's-
number 55.
Yeah, that's Frankie again.
Coach, he's a player now. What grade is he in?
He's a 10th grader.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, a
Holt-
10th grader?
Yeah, Holt was in on that play too.
Hold Steve. Now, he wanted to hurry up and get the game over so he could go to the rodeo.
That was not a good play. That's Davis.
That
making
one
it.
got
Davis-
who made that tackle there?
That's Davis.
He saved a touchdown, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he had several big tackles for us in that game.
And of course, this another bad thing was now this is the second day or the first day.
This is the second day. This is
This
five.
is the second day.
This is about 6 minutes left in the game. This was a great catch by Connor Cox right here to keep the drive alive. It was like 3rd and 12.
Oh, yeah, the diving catch, yeah.
3rd and something. And made a good play. And this is a Holt punting.
Left-footed kicker and left throws the ball left-handed too.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
saw
Frankie
that.
making
Yeah.
that play.
Okay.
We saw that one earlier.
Well, all right.
This is overtime. This is first overtime.
Yeah.
Right?
Another big hit. Stood him straight up. Who was that? Was that Frankie Jeffcoat again?
I think
Who?
that was Rowan Price.
Well, I tell you, that was a big lick there.
And,
Field goal was good.
That one was, yeah, that was good. It put them up 27-24, and now it's 27 all. This is the last play of the game right here. It was 4th and about 15. And
Y'all stopped him?
Well, they got to the 1. It was going to get called back anyway, but yeah, we kept them out of the end zone. That ended
All
the
right,
game.
now we're going into overtime. Is that
No,
right?
that ended the game. That was the last
Oh,
play of the
okay.
game. That was the last play of overtime.
And so we don't have the winning touchdown.
No, we missed the winning touchdown.
With Fairclough scoring from how far out, Coach?
It was 10. It was put the ball to 10, and he scored on first down. So.
Well, I know that had to be a awfully big win for these young men, especially under the circumstances, against one of the top programs in the state. And you go to their place, and you have to go home early. And then what? On Saturday, what did y'all do?
We just had them. We just let them go ahead and eat lunch and all because we left. We had
So they went on home and slept in their own bed.
Yeah, went home, stayed in the bed. We told them to meet us up at the school at 2 and get everything ready, and we left about 2:30 to go back. And,
All right, now how much more time was left in the game?
3 quarters and 3 minutes.
Well, good. So it was enough game to go back, and they dominated most of that first part of that. Is that right?
They had a lot of yards rushing. They ended up with about right at close to 400 yards rushing. So we made a lot. Like I said, we made a lot of fundamental mistakes defensively that hopefully we got them corrected. And but it was a tribute to them. I think they were ranked number 8.
Yeah.
7 or 8. So
I want to mention our good friends at Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram Trucks on the bypass in Troy right now. And believe you me, they'll beat anybody's price. So drop by and see them today. A great thing that Jason Gregory has done since he's come to Troy from Columbus, Georgia, was he helped raise money through selling cars to benefit the school system in our community.
Yeah, he's doing a
and
great
now
job.
he's doing the same thing as far as our medical community. He's working on a project now where he takes proceeds from cars and trucks he sells and gives to the hospital.
that's good.
$100,000 is the goal. So he has hit this ground running, and of course his kids go out to Pike, and
They do.
they love it, and he's really been an inspiration to a lot of folks. And also our good friends at First National Bank. There's a guru right there. Only bad thing about it, he's a big Oregon fan. And he gonna find out, those Oregon boys gonna find out what football's all about come Saturday. But again, First National Bank of Troy Brundage, and established in 1904, and been there ever since on Main Street in downtown Brundage. John Ramage Boy, he does a lot for your school, doesn't he?
He does. John does. He's a big booster. He announces all our games. He announces about everything around there, and he's a big supporter.
Yeah.
Big supporter. He was up there when I left today.
Now, we could have two potential major leaguers in baseball sitting next to you, Coach. First of all, how about throwing a left-hander named Holt Steed? And Holt, tell us all about it, my friend. Of course, a left-handed pitcher on the baseball team. Pretty hefty football player, Coach.
He is very good player.
How much you weigh now, Ho? About 240?
I wish. I'm about 195.
Well, you look good, man. He put together pretty good.
People don't believe it. I really think we only got one kid that weighs over 200 pounds.
Oh, really?
I mean, we've got a couple that are right at 200, but I think
our offensive line average is 195 pounds.
Yeah, we're not very big.
Well, now, Holt, tell us about the game. And first of all, you're coming off the baseball, winning the state championship, and now you're off to a great start in football.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be tough going up there since we beat them in the state championship. They were out to beat us. They wanted to beat us. We beat them.
Did you see a lot of the guys, or could you tell who they were?
I honestly didn't look. I was just out to play.
Now, what position did he play, Coach? He played both ways?
Yeah, Hope plays center, and he's
center, D end, D tackle, and a punt.
Now, do you snap for kicks too?
No, sir.
Of course, your kicker did a good job. He kicked 2 field goals. Is that right?
He did a really good job. Hope did a really good job punting. Yeah. Our long snappers are Frankie Jeffco on punts and Case Shiriko on extra points.
Coach, I've got this helmet, and it is a big helmet, Patriot helmet. We're going to give this to Davis to wear the rest of the season because his head's so big now. So he couldn't get his helmet on today at practice, Coach. And this one right here, man, most anybody could get this whole helmet on, including me. Look at here. This is going to fit you just right, Davis. Yes, sir. Coach, give it to him after the game, and I think he can wear that helmet probably. I'm being facetious, but you know what?
I believe that one's been rejected.
Will you do what Davis did in this football game, Coach? Tell us again.
No, he 4 receptions, 198 yards. He had 3 kickoff returns, 4.
That's around the vicinity of 25 yards per catch. Is that right?
He got about over 100 something yards, almost 150 yards return. So
all right, now
really
how far in the game was it when he scored on the 94-yard touchdown pass?
I think it was like early fourth quarter.
Early fourth quarter.
Davis, hold up your hand. Show them toward the camera.
Yeah, both of them got them.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at put them together right there with your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the state championship rings. I don't know. Here we go. Put them up again. Look at those rings. The 2018-2019 state championship baseball team. And you got a very good chance to buying another one or getting another one.
That's the plan.
Yes, sir.
That's the plan.
Because you're loaded to the hilt coming next year, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
And I know they got 2 good left-handed pitchers. There they are right there.
They got some good pitching coming back, that's for sure.
Well, now, Davis is not a pitcher, but it probably could if he wanted to.
Well, Davis is the outfielder, runs the ball down.
Davis, tell us a little bit about the game, my friend. Grab that mic.
It was fun, coming back Saturday. It was just a tough game. Our team played well. Coaches did really good. It's just a good game.
Of course, Davis, tell us who your parents are, and I want to hope to tell us who his parents are. We want our parents, they're proud, awfully proud of you.
My parents are Wes and Kay Allen.
And what's your sister's name?
D.
Okay, and hand it to Holt. Holt, who are your parents?
Kendra and Cliff Steed.
And do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have an older brother.
Okay, what's his name?
Hunter Steed.
Hunter Steed, I remember Hunter Steed.
Just got engaged.
Oh, did he really?
Just got engaged.
Boy, time's fast. All right, Davis, tell us about the game this week.
It should be a good game this week. We've been ready. We've been practicing this week, getting ready. We're just.
But they're watching you on TV down in Luverne today, and they say we've been to wear that bunch out. What do you think?
I don't know. It's gonna be a good game.
Of course. How about you? What do you got to say? You all worked hard.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, we've worked hard. It's gonna be a dirty game too. I mean, both teams has been talking trash to each other all summer because we're
well,
all
you mean
friends.
your uniform's gonna get dirty, or you know what?
We're all friends on Saturday, but on Friday night we ain't gonna be.
No question. Of course, they're coached by a legendary coach.
They are. They are. Coach Grant does a really good job.
Wayne Grant is the head football coach at Crenshaw, so you know they're going to be competitive. And you're going to know they went out and got some players this summer too, I would think. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, they got several. You know, they got probably at least 5, 6, 7 kids. You know, in. That's like we was looking at the roster the other day. There's 5 kids on their team that went to Pike at one time. So,
oh, really?
So,
Isn't that something?
There's a lot of kids that know each other, but it's going to be. It's going to be one of them real physical football games. We know, Coach Grant's, his teams are always really physical, and so we're expecting to be
Where will the game be played, Coach?
It's going to be played at home in Troy.
7 o'clock kickoff.
7 o'clock kickoff. Should be a lot of people
Patriot
there.
Stadium should be, no question about it, and I know everybody's looking forward to it, and that's a good photo of Pike Liberal Arts. This sophomore quarterback, I know he's gotten all kinds of people talking about how great a baseball pitcher he is, but he looks like a pretty good football quarterback.
Drew's a really good athlete. He's got a really good knowledge of the game. It doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever. He just he's a competitor.
And
he's going to sit there and compete.
2 minutes. Our guy just told us we got 2 minutes.
But he does a really good job of making reads. We're doing a lot of different stuff this year than we've done in the past. So he's done a really good job of that. But a lot of that's based on these guys here, because there's certain things happen. We're doing, certain things and helping them, Snap's got to be there, and he does a great job.
Did anybody else just jump out at you on film that had a great game? Of course, Jeff Code had a great game if he made 20 tackles.
Yeah, he did. Frankie played well. Like I said, Holt played well offensively and defensively. Davis played well, offensively and defensively, and Scott Taylor had a really good game. He had some really big plays.
Did you have any cramps much?
We didn't have any, I don't think.
Isn't that amazing?
Davis got one a little bit, but I don't think he wanted anybody to know.
Exactly right.
But no, it was really pretty good, and we were kind of fortunate because Friday, even though since it rained, the cloud cover and all came in, so it wasn't as hot as it could have been, and then Saturday it was really kind of hot when we first started, but then it kind of
you got back at almost 12 o'clock on Friday, and what time did y'all get back Saturday?
Well, it ended up being about the same time because
did you stop in by mistake at least?
No, our parents do a tremendous job of providing stuff for them after the game. We always have something after the game, and it's good. Just
But it's always good if you got to go 100 miles. It's fun to go on a winning bus.
They don't talk to. Yes, the bus ride's always a lot better on the way home after a win.
No question about it.
Always.
Ladies and gentlemen, this show has been brought to you by Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram trucks on the bypass right here in Troy. And believe you me, they're dealing, and of course they'll beat anybody's price, and that means anybody at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram trucks. And also First National Bank of Troy, Brundage, and we appreciate them so very much. John Ramage and the Ramage family has been such strong supporters of Pike Liberal Arts athletics for a long time. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's coach's show, the Coach Gene Allen show. And Coach, again, congratulations, and hopefully you'll come back here next week with the same smile on your face, a smile of a winner, as 3A Pike goes against 1A Crenshaw in a big football game at Atlantic Urban Stadium right here in Troy. Go Patriots!
Upside down with your vehicle? Bring it. Been told no for a loan? Bring it. Take home $350 a week? Bring it. Bring it. To Premier Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Troy. New 2019 Ram 1500 at $269 a month. New Wranglers, $299 a month. Think you got the best deal? We'll beat it.
What'd you say?
We'll beat it. Shop local. Shop PremierTroy.com, where Premier can make a difference during the summer clearance sale.
Bring it on.
There's a reason we sell more vehicles than anyone else. Price. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Good evening and welcome to the Charles Henderson High School Football Review with Coach Brad McCoy. A big victory last week at the stadium against Pike County High School, 12-6. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you for having me today.
Of course, the football season is here, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the first of what we call mini coaches show every Wednesday afternoon and night from our studios here at Troy Cable. And where Charles Henderson kicks it off with their big victory over Pike County. Again, like I said, 12-6, Coach. It wasn't easy. They're a very good football team.
You know, it never is. Coach Holland has got a tremendous football team. They're tough as nails. They're well conditioned to play as few players as they play and have on that entire football team. It took everything and then some for us to win it.
And of course, you know, like you said, they were well conditioned. I remember going down to their picture day a few weeks ago, and it was just so hot, so hot. I said, Coach, I know you want to get in. He said, no, it's good for us.
Well, it is, and it showed that way Friday night. They didn't waver. They played a complete 48 minutes. Guys playing all three phases of the game, and really seemed it didn't affect them.
Well, what I think you got to have when you're going up against the big boys, and you dress 65, I think he dressed 22 or 24, and I think he played something like 13. That's a lot of wear and tear on a player. But what they had that helped them play well with y'all was they had a good front, offensively and defensively. You weren't able to just really knock them off the ball.
No, and I don't really believe that that's going to be our mindset, at least offensively. You know, we've got a really talented quarterback that can throw the ball very well. We got a good running back, but we got a stable of four receivers, really five, that can really run crisp, sharp routes. The O-line does a tremendous job in protection, and I think you just got to use your strengths, and then hopefully, you know, we might end up throwing the ball to set up the run more than the opposite of that, like you typically do.
Well, Coach, also I thought your offensive line protected well, and sometimes you'd bring in a tight end if you felt like the pressure was a little bit. A lot of people say, well, he's going to throw that tight end. A lot of times it's, hey, you're going to put the tight end on the outside to make that guy have to rush longer.
There's no doubt about it. You can add a tight end to really add that seventh guy to protection when you count your running back, 5 linemen, a running back, then a tight end. You got a 7-man protection and helps you throw the football down the field.
Of course, Pike County predominantly run, and a lot of times, most of the whole ball games, double tight end set. They just try to run straight at you. In their league, I don't see how anybody can stop them.
Well, that's what they do, and that is, I think that's their mindset. That's what everybody thinks about Pike County is 2 tight ends, I backfield. But I tell you what's dangerous about them. They can get in the spread at the drop of a hat, and then get in the gun, have skilled guys on both sides. The running back, I'm not so sure he may not be the best in their region. He's a scary guy, the Mahan kid.
I think he's one of the top backs I've seen lately. He's a physical guy, isn't he?
Not only physical, that kid can run.
Yeah.
And he was just a missed tackle away from taking the ball to the house a couple of times.
Well, in fact, he broke clean one time and stepped out of bounds about the 10-yard line, which was a tremendous break for the Trojans. They have a good football team, well coached, and again, we're going to applaud them tonight, just like we're going to applaud Charles Henson. It was a great way to get started, you had to have learned a lot about your team.
You did, and I'll tell you the biggest thing, when we started having issues with cramping, we had to work substitute players and crossover guys from both sides of the ball, and we've been working on that since January because we knew we'd get in situations to have to use those guys. And not only that, our guys had to find a way to win the ball game. We had a punt, touchdown that got called back. We also had an interception that got called back. So, you take those good and bad, you try to learn from it, move on, make corrections. But our guys played a tremendous football game, especially at the end of the ball game.
I know that was a muff on that kick.
Yeah.
You couldn't return it,
Right.
but why wasn't it our ball? I mean, did he say that we didn't allow enough room or what?
3 words: kick, catch, interference. That was the call. We did not give him a chance to field the ball cleanly.
Okay.
Even though it hit him square in the helmet.
Exactly.
And it bounced off. We recovered it. Yes, you're correct. We cannot advance a muff, but it would have been our ball about the 5-yard line going in.
No question. There were several things. I thought it was a well-officiated game. I'm not going to say
Hey,
that. I
John,
think they did a great job.
John Hudson and his crew, which is a Troy
Yeah.
crew, they do an outstanding
Yeah.
job. John came and spoke to my guys about rule changes a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
John's a dear friend, and his
Played
crew does.
quarterback at Elba years ago, Coach.
He's a good guy.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Charles Simpson High School Football Review with Coach Brad McCoy, brought to you by some great people. One of them is Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram Trucks on the bypass. We appreciate them so much supporting Charles Simpson High School. And also Trojan, and of course my good buddy Mike Kilcrease and his staff there at Trojan Auto Parts, a strong supporter of local athletics.
I tell you, I wanted to comment on them. I had to deal with them the other day.
I know
And
what
listen,
you
you're
did.
talking about some great people. I mean, they were they helped me. A guy like me don't know a whole lot
I
about
know what it means.
that stuff, auto parts and
Yeah.
things like that. But listen, the gentleman right when I walked in, they were right there to help me, got me in and out in 5 minutes.
Well, another thing, if you need a battery, they'll put the battery in. If
That's
you
what
want
I
your
was
battery-
buying.
Exactly.
That's what I was buying.
And if you want to check to see if you need a battery, they can do that for you. And also windshield wipers.
I think they did all the above. I just happen to need every bit of
They're
that.
great people, and of course, Michael Kilcrease. Of course, his son is quite a football coach down at Arrington, Steve Kilcrease. Stephen. And he's just a great ball guy. Came out of Brantley,
Absolutely.
and had this business here in Troy, and we appreciate him as we do the folks at Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram on the bypass. Okay, Coach. Some of the before we get into the highlights, we'll be ready. We haven't got the signal yet, but when we do, we'll move into our highlights. But Coach, who just right off the bat played well for you?
Well, I think the top 3 players, on the offensive side of the ball, Puka Jones. Puka is our quarterback. He's a senior. He's coming back.
Very confident young man, Coach.
Well, he's confident because he's very talented and he understands his reads. He understands the offense, and he threw the ball extremely well. Threw for, I believe, 176 on 12 of 19. We had a couple of costly drops on a couple of big
That's
first
right,
downs
sure
that we
did.
would have converted, or third downs we would have converted. But Puka Jones played extremely well. Elijah Caldwell, one of our slot receivers, had 4 catches for 65 yards. The 2 guys that scored, Sean McKinney had a receiving touchdown, and then also Jay Taylor had a receiving touchdown. And, so those are the guys that stood out on offense. Defensively, Caleb Geis is a guy you're going to hear about. Him and Darius Northcutt on the defensive front, and then Tyrell Jones and J.B. Sanders on the back end. But I tell you, the DB that made the play of the game, on the reverse they tried to run when they were on our field to end it was Malcolm Hall. And Malcolm is number 9, and he made the play of the game, in my opinion.
The things that's so scary, Coach, all of that front is coming back.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they're all juniors.
All juniors.
Coach, and which is and who made that big play right at the end?
Malcolm Hall.
Yeah, was
corner.
that on the blitz? On the blitz.
Yes, well, and actually, listen, he did a tremendous job. Any corner or safety on the back side of a pursuit, which they started either sweep or stretch to the visitor side, and they were coming back with the reverse.
If
He
he
patted
went
his
on there.
feet, and he stayed, and he read it out, made the play, made the tackle.
I thought y'all tackled well, Coach. In fact, you game tackled well. If you haven't been able to game tackle, you would have lost the game.
There's no doubt about it.
Because they ran so hard. But your team game tackle, especially up front.
Yeah, they did a really good job, and that's something we work on every day on the defensive side of the ball. And I misquoted. Elijah Caldwell was the other touchdown reception.
Yeah.
Actually, at the end of the game, he's the one that caught the game winner
exactly.
to go ahead.
20, no question about it. Of course, we're waiting for our highlights, and we'll have those in just a second. But overall, Coach, it was a great game, and like you said, you learned a lot about your team on film. What are some things you feel like you need to work on?
Well, the biggest thing on offense is what we call unforced errors. And what that means is the opponent doesn't make you make that mistake. It's a lining up in a wrong formation. It's a jumping off sides. It's a wide receiver covering up a tight end in a formation. Those are all things we can control. You know, turnovers sometimes, if you get hit in the mouth and the ball pops out, that's a forced error.
Sure.
You know, but what we've got to fix is the unforced ones, you know, and it might be a center quarterback exchange. We had one of them, ball on the ground. So we've got to clean those mistakes up. And then, you know, defensively, we had 3 personal fouls that those 3 defensive guys had to pay for on Sunday. You know, those are things we can control.
Yeah.
Those are mistakes that will cost us in ball games, and it almost cost us Friday night.
No question about it. What a football game, 12-6 over Pike County. I mean, 12-6. Now, your kicking game, Coach, you missed 2 extra points, which were real important.
Well, they were, and right now, you know, we were so excited about our 10th grade place kicker, left-footed kid Landon Holly, and he had been working all summer. He had went to kicking camps in Birmingham. Now, his parents put him up, kept him out of town all summer, and then when he came back to camp for us, ended up having a stress fracture in his lower back.
Oh, boy.
So he's out for the season. Caleb Geis and Hayden Bush, both of which missed a extra point apiece. And that's something we got to fix in a hurry.
Bush at least hit the upright and bounced away.
Well, Caleb hit the upright. Bush's was short.
Okay,
Hayden is a freshman.
No, excuse me. I mean, Hayden, Geis.
Yeah, Geis. Caleb Geis hit the upright, doinked it off the right upright.
One thing you know about Geis is he got the leg.
Yeah, he handles our kickoff.
40-yard line, you got a chance, don't you?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's got a great leg, and he's nice and calm about it. Yeah. He just pushed the first one that he kicked.
Your offensive line, Coach, I thought was solid, and you had a little depth there, but of course you had Caffey and Barnes and Brooks. Tell me about this William Brooks, who's a 9th grader, Coach.
Well, Alan Brooks is a junior. Alan is a junior, plays left guard.
I got the wrong one.
Yeah, Xavion Caffey's a tackle, which having to play center now. Kendarius Starks is the right guard. Jamarian Fuller is the right tackle, and Sam Knox is the center. Now, since Friday night, the injury bug has hit us. We've lost Ryan Barnes, and we lost Sam Knox. So,
how long?
Well, Ryan Barnes looks like we've lost him possibly for the season with a knee. He's the big 6'5", 340 lineman.
Oh, God.
And Sam Knox has got a high ankle sprain. That, again, don't think we've lost him for the year, but Sam's going to be week to week.
A very good team like Enterprise, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, so Xavion will take the center duties over. And then we'll have to use it.
Will? Okay.
Yeah, Caffey will play center. Jalen Woods is going to come over from defense and have to play left tackle. Yep.
Yeah.
And,
but it's amazing you can lose two players like that, and you still were able to fill the roster pretty
well, that's why we felt like in off season we were going to have to train these guys to play both ways.
I was surprised though it was a 10th grader that started in the offensive line. That's the one I was trying to think about.
Yeah, highlights are ready, so Mike, we're getting close.
All right, let's go to the highlights. And what a ball game from the veteran coach of Veteran Stadium in Troy. It's as pretty a playing field as there is in America.
That turf, and Tony Ferrante said it really good. He said, now this turf might be the best I've ever seen. Beautiful, alternating green, and just a great field to play on.
That was early in the game.
Yeah, this is Jay Taylor. That's the big receiver, big wide receiver, 6'3", about 180, can really go get it. And this is Puka Jones right here, and Elijah Caldwell. They hooked up 4 different times for 65 yards. Puka bought and extended plays very nicely. pass pro. The lineman did a tremendous job. JC, the running back.
And look at him standing there and throw it on a button right
He just throws it on a dime. That's Sean McKinney. Had a very nice play. And,
Coach, is he a senior or
he
junior?
is. He is. He's gotten looks by Sanford, Chattanooga, Jack State. You know, he's getting really looked at. Very talented young man.
Talking about Puka Jones. I understand why they call him Puka now when I try to pronounce his first name.
Yeah, well, Wahashawa.
Yeah, Wahashawa, yeah.
But see, the thing is, you know what? We feel like, you know, if throwing is something we got to do, then we'll do it. We got to be able to run the football, of course, and the lineman really had and this right here was a heck of a play.
He stepped out of the pocket.
Yeah, that was a big third down conversion right there. You know, we work third downs every Monday morning, and that's just a part of the game that we have to improve on. JC, this is his second year at running back. And what I was really proud of Jonathan about is, you know, no turnovers. Yeah. We threw a pick on the third play of the game, but we didn't turn the ball over.
Now you can't help the runner like that guy. Did you see how you pull him off the field?
We got to do whatever we can.
And here's game tackling, and this is what y'all did so well, Coach.
Yeah. You know, the D-line's got to control the line of scrimmage, and you know our guys certainly did that. And
your linebackers, I thought, played well.
Yeah, you know, anytime that you only allow 1 to 2 scores in a ball game, you should win.
Yeah.
You know, the offense has got to be able to produce points, especially inside the red zone, and you know that's something that we talk about every day. This play by Javen Hill right here, that was another big third. That was a huge third down conversion. You know, and that's what keeps drives going.
Yeah. You can take us out of there if you want to, guys.
You know, and another big catch by Elijah Caldwell on the out route. Yeah. And that's something that Pike County's coverage was allowing us to have.
That one right there, how in the world he got that off? And I love the way he turned and
got north, didn't he?
North, you're right.
Yeah. Javen Hill, Kale, K-E-L, that's his nickname. All these guys have nicknames.
Yeah, okay.
Here's the score right here that puts us ahead. Very nice. He's very quick and great kid, great player.
And watch this defense here. And this kid can go. I hope they show
there's no doubt about it. You know,
Coach, they're one of the best 3A schools I've seen lately. They'll be good.
Yeah, this is Tyrell Jones. No, that's Jonathan again right there. So
Jonathan's strong, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yeah, Jonathan is a very strong young man, but he's so disciplined, Mike. Here's Tyrell Jones. Here's the other running back that we'll put in. Now, he's the starting safety. Talented player that we can lean on. And also,
what did y'all do?
We ran the counter.
Okay.
Ran the counter. GT, guard tackle.
Yeah. This was a big play in the game that we thought.
Well, you know, and this is something, matter of fact, we'll work on every Wednesday afternoon, pinning them inside the 5. You know, we almost got it, but we got there a little late.
Again, I thought y'all was solid, and you looked in pretty good condition. I know you cramps bothered
you. We did.
But you know, that just happens, you know.
Yeah, it does early on in the season. But I tell you what, now that's what my hat's off. Pike County's guys didn't struggle like ours, and you know that's just Coach Holland and his staff. He's got them guys ready.
Yeah,
you know, and I know they have to play both. They do that, you know, day in and day out.
He had to be pleased winning or losing this ball game. He had to be pleased with his team.
Well, I know Coach Holland, he ain't never happy with losing, but you know, here's a play right here that would have put another set of points on the board and got it called back on an unsportsmanlike. Cannot do it.
Here's what was impressive. Look at this, Coach. This is Geist right here now against their great running back.
Yeah, he's got a motor about him.
Here's
the play right here.
This was a super play. Exactly.
Yeah, Malcolm Hall right here making the play of the game to seal it. That was 4th down.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, what a ball game, 12-6, and like you said, you know, this is opportunity to take a good look at your team. Of course, you got one of the large schools in the state. In fact, the 3rd largest high school in the state of Alabama is located in Enterprise, Alabama. A 7A team, and we got to play them Friday night.
Yeah, well, we were a touchdown away last year at their place. You know, we gave up, of course, way too many points, 35-28 win by Enterprise. But, you know, and the thing is this, our approach to every game is no different if we're playing 3A Pike County or 7A Enterprise.
Yeah.
We've got to do the things it takes to win ball games, no matter who the opponent is. And It's going to be a big challenge for us. But our guys, they don't back down from anybody. They're going to play hard. They're going to play to win, and that's what we expect to do, and that's what we're going to do every week.
And, of course, losing those two guys doesn't help you as far as depth-wise, especially. These two solid offensive linemen. But that happens in the game of football, and
happens at every level.
And of course, if you go out with the confidence that you played with this past weekend, you should do all right.
Well, you can't. You certainly, the answer is yes. You certainly can't make mistakes. Not against a big school and talented school like this. Rick Darlington is actually a coach that I went and listened to in Georgia, in Atlanta, 2 years ago about the single wing. I was very interested in that offense, putting it in as a change-up, short yardage, goal line type set, and we use it. Now they major in it. And when I say major in it, they're good at it, and that's what they do on offense. And everybody that's at the game or watching it on TV Friday night will certainly see what I'm talking about. And if you do not read your keys, you will lose the ball in a hurry. And then they also, on top of that, play action pass you to the point where they got four guys running down the field. And
is this on the quarterback?
Well, in the single wing, you have a tailback and you have a fullback. So, yes, he plays one of those spots, but they're interchangeable.
They move into it and all that. They shift.
They will shift some. They don't shift. At least they didn't last week a lot. They'll line up in the single wing to the right or the single wing to the left with an unbalance. The tight end's eligible, as a nub over here next to the guard, and they're doing this.
Of course, they lost to a very good team out of Miami, and they trailed. They led in that game 28-6 going in the fourth quarter.
Lost 34-31.
Lost 34-31, and what a ball game that was. And of course, they're going to dress a bunch of folks. They'll probably dress over 100, won't they?
Well, the sideline will be packed, but they can only put 11 on the field, and
they'll bring 5,000 people in here too. You can bet that. They travel very well. They love their football team, and we love our football team. So we really need to pack the stands in this game. Coach, I keep hearing this, and I don't want to open up a can of worms, but is there any kind of outlet where people can buy their tickets early? Because that's going to be a long line outside the gates on Friday.
They can visit the administrative office at Charles Henderson, and they can buy advance tickets.
They can?
Actually on Thursdays,
Wonderful.
starting on Thursday.
Wonderful.
So if you want to go ahead and get a head start on getting that ticket, then you can come by the office on Thursday and see Miss Fox or Miss Milton.
That is a no-brainer. I'm telling you, a no-brainer, because it's going to be long lines unless y'all had some kind of outlet in Enterprise.
Well, no, we don't. We'll have two of the main gates at Tailgate Terrace open to try to make it more efficient coming in the gate. But we do need everybody there in our community backing these guys. That is a huge support factor to try to fill that stadium. And of course, I'm not talking about the full stadium, but just simply the home side.
Exactly.
On the lower level, that goes a long way in helping these kids.
I guarantee you don't be surprised if the East stands are not almost filled up with Enterprise folks, because
no doubt about
they'll support their team, especially against Troy. This is an old rivalry that's been there, and hopefully we'll keep it for a long time.
Well, this is a home game. We do not need to let Enterprise outnumber us, in the stands.
Exactly right.
So.
And you had a pretty good gate this last week, the Pike
Great
County
support.
gate. People don't realize what a good gate that is.
Yeah, and it's good for our program. And of course, we got to raise money to support our program, just like everybody does across the state. But we need everybody there.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I know y'all have been working a long time. The best thing that's happened to high school football in a long time, Coach, especially with your skilled players, is 7-on-7. Puka Jones has come a mile since the spring, playing in 7-on-7s. Is that right?
It helps. It certainly helps. You don't have your linemen involved, but it helps with play timing.
Yeah, as far as
running.
And I thought your timing was good, Coach. A lot of times early season, you're having to wait on the ball carrier or whatever, but the timing looked good.
Well, you got to teach your quarterback his footwork. You got to teach your quarterback his reads and what is he looking at down the field. You can't see the whole picture. You got to know exactly what your progressions are with the wideouts. The wideouts have to run the correct yardage on the routes so the quarterback can put it on time, and 7-on-7 certainly helps.
Exactly. Of course, this is not an area game. And Coach, give us an idea of your area? I know it's not an easy one.
No, it's not. I mean, we got Rehoboth coming up next week after this Enterprise
They're
game.
much better. Won a ball game the other day, too.
Yeah, they'll be the first region opponent. And then, of course, we've got Oxford on the road, which is another non-region game. And then we kind of start region play. We've got Beauregard, we've got Greenville, we've got Tallahassee, Valley, and then, of course, we got Carroll as well.
So it's going to be a great, of course, everything works the way it's supposed to be. Of course, you try to get better every game and win enough games to make a playoff. And of course, this program's in solid shape. And we appreciate what the great job you've done, Coach, since you've been there. What do you think your keys to victory against Enterprise will be?
Well, I said it earlier about the mistakes. We cannot turn the ball over. We cannot give up touchdowns in the kicking game. We can't let them return a punt. We can't let them return a kickoff. We just had those meetings this morning with our kids before we went to the field, and you can't let a very deep, talented team get easy scores. You got to make them work for everything they get. And we got to get off the field on defense. We got to force them to punt.
This might be hard for you to understand, but I don't know if you can play any more physical than what y'all had to play last weekend. I thought the tackling and everything was extremely physical. We're going to have to do the same thing. We're going to have to game tackle Enterprise. Is that right?
Yeah, we are. And I think both us and Enterprise both had games that, of course, went down to the wire.
Yeah.
So I think all the kids felt probably the same way Saturday morning.
Exactly right.
They were banged up.
Yeah.
They were sore. They were tired. And, so we all had the same circumstances to overcome going into the week of practice. Question is who got prepared better through all those circumstances.
Exactly right. Coach, one last thing I want to mention is your practice field. I was over there the other day.
Yeah.
I know you're just extremely pleased with the way that's turned out.
Well, everybody, the city of Troy, Troy University, our Board of Education, everybody that over the past few years had a vision to help us get that field built. Now, we decrease the amount of planning and travel time to and from the stadium by around 30 minutes
just
total.
The logistics of
the kids are so proud of that field, and it's right next to our weight room, and it just makes practicing so much more better to organize, get to the practice field faster, and we're just so appreciative of the powers that be that got that done, and we're proud of it.
Exactly right. Coach, of course, going to be a big one against Enterprise. 7 o'clock kickoff from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Troy. We'll be doing the game live on Troy Cable. Yours truly will be the play-by-play guy. And, Coach, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get you back here next week at the same time.
Well, Mike, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you and what you've done for not just our program, but everybody's program around the Troy community and Troy area. Everybody is so appreciative of what you've done to promote athletics, not just football, but all sports in our schools.
Yeah. Of course, we got 2 minutes, and Coach, mention some of your staff people, Coach.
Well, my defensive coordinator comes back to me this year. He's been with me 3 years.
I thought
Travis
he did a great
Batson.
job.
Travis and his staff does a tremendous job. They're tireless workers. Will Garner, our strength coach and secondary coach, Marcus Jones, D-line, Kenoris Davis, linebackers, Caleb Finn, coaching corners. Travis coaches linebackers as well. Offensively, Phillip Jones has been with me a long time coaching running backs. Jay Ware and Coach Carlee coaches the wideouts. Jake Nager, young student, does a great job from Brewton, Alabama, coaching the offensive line. Nick Shannon helps coach the running backs and receivers. And then a new coach of mine, Shannon Powell, comes to us. He's a Charles Henderson graduate.
I know Shannon.
Been in the military, comes back.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's
Coach Powell's brother.
Coaching tight ends. And and Zach Berger, our trainer. We got 3 students, Sydney, Ashland, and Albee, that work in the training room. And then Vark and Jordan do our video.
Well, Coach, you're wonderful to be able to remember all those guys.
Well, listen, I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm talking to them so much or they're just such good help that I'm so appreciative of them and the job they do for us.
Well, Coach, of course, we'll have this game on live, and then again every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, Coach. It's Charles Cincinnati School football. Well, whether we do it live or just on the road, doing a playback of it. But it's going to be wonderful to get started, and I'm awfully proud of what you've done at Charles Henderson, and I speak for a lot of the former players and fans. We're awfully proud of Charles Henderson, and we need to put people in the stands, especially this weekend. Henderson High of Troy against the Enterprise Wildcats. Coach, go get them!
When it comes to Jeep, we can't be beat. No way. New Renegade start at $17,187. 2019 Cherokee, $19,592. We dare you to compare. Shop us online at PremierTroy.com during Jeep Freedom Days. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.